I'm reading a lot of books right now. So if you want to know what they are, then stick around. Hey, what's going on, booktube on YouTube? I'm Tina and welcome to my channel. I make bookish videos for bookworms. So consider subscribing for more bookish videos. So I'm doing something that I said I wouldn't do again. It's reading multiple books at once. I always go into a reading session with the thoughts of, okay, I'm gonna start this book and I'm gonna stick to it, but I just can't. How many of you have that issue? I mean, I have to read other things and the constant stimulation just keeps me happy and stimulated. Well, so without further ado, I want to share with you the books that I'm currently reading, and I want to tell you to wish me luck so that I can finish them. So the first one I want to share with you is actually a book that I decided to reread because the story is so powerful and nostalgic, and it's called Breaking Night by Liz Murray. And the reason I say nostalgic is because I used to go to school with this girl. I had no idea she was going through all of these things as a child. I mean, her parents were drug addicts, and it's just a touching and heartbreaking story because she had to pretty much raise herself. She talks about all of the things that she had to go through and how she became, homeless, and she talks about all the things that she had to deal with. This is just super touching, and they actually made a movie about her story, and the movie is actually called From Homeless to Harvard. The next book I want to tell you about that I'm currently reading is The Dark Restarter by Sean McMahon, and it's the second book in the Restarter series. It's actually part 2 of one of my all-time favorite books, and let me tell you, this book is super addictive. So many things are happening, and I'm not even on page 200 yet. I'm only on 120. Our main character, Hal and Kara are still here, and Sean has introduced another character who's, playing a major role. And I mean, this character was in the last book, but he wasn't talked about so often. But let me just say, Malcolm is a psycho. But let me tell you, I just have this thing for psychos in books. I don't know what it is. The next book I'm reading is a book called The Expiration Date by V.L. Arias, and it's a super emotional story about us knowing the exact date of our death. And this book really forced me to think about, let's say if this was true, how would we treat others knowing that we're gonna die on a specific date? Will we still create strong relationships with people knowing that they're gonna die on a specific date? I mean, let me tell you, in the first 3 pages, I was already freaking ugly crying, and that just doesn't really happen to me. This book is super emotional, and I love it so much. It forces me to really think about stuff like that. The next book I'm reading is actually called Your One Word, and it's about finding that one word in your life that defines your life. It's so it's super inspirational, and it's really refreshing because I've read a lot of personal development and self-help books, but I've never heard of this concept. I'm really enjoying this one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more bookish videos. If you want to continue with my bookish videos, YouTube thinks that you should watch this video next, and I will catch you on my next video. Take care.